Hey guys, how are you? Really quick, I wanted to go over the Cornell um, note-taking system and the note-taking method with you. And as I mentioned, most of your notes this year are going to take place at home. A lot of the review, concepts, and grammar will be practiced in class, but at home you're going to be watching videos and using other tools and documents that I give you to help prepare you to do the work in class. And so at home is where you'll be taking most of the notes. And that's why it's so important that we make sure your notes are awesome. So that when it comes time to review for small quizzes or prepare for an assessment, or even something bigger like the midterm exam or the final exam, you really want to make sure that you have good notes. You guys know that I was a high school student, obviously. I went to college, and I've spent a lot of my life in school. And I think these are some tips that I've taken that they really, really work. And so I'd really like you to use these as you're taking notes this year, at least for my class. And, I hope this maybe even helps you with another class. So we're going to start with a piece of paper, obviously, and we're going to draw 4 lines on it. This obviously is a page in your notebook or whatever. First line, second line across the bottom, third line across the top, and fourth line down the side. So really quick, it's just going to take you a minute. You just use the pen that you're using and draw these lines. Okay, so you're going to divide the paper. Really quick, just to make sure we have enough room for everything. This section right here should be about 6 inches. This is the main part of the paper. I'll talk about what's going to go everywhere. Over here, we should have about 2.5. You're going to leave the space at the top, obviously. And down the bottom, leave a couple inches, 2 or 3 inches, okay? So here's what we're going to do with all the sections. Up top, you're going to put the title. For you guys, the title of your notes is going to be the title of the video. So this video is called Cornell Note-Taking Method. If you guys are taking notes on this video, this would be the title, Cornell Note-Taking Methods. So this is the first thing you're going to do when you're starting your notes. And if you want to put your name and the date, that's awesome too. Okay? So once you have the title down, you're going to move down to notes. Obviously, you guys know how to do this. You're going to take notes throughout the lecture or throughout the video or while reading or whatever the assignment is. And remember, the point of notes is to take something that's big, be it a book, a paper, an essay, a video, etc., and condense it. So you just want to take the major points out of it. There's no need to write a transcript for a video. Just take down the major points. While you're doing this, of course, write neatly. Try not to use abbreviations because it's going to make it more difficult for you at the end. So you're going to take notes right here. This could be a lot of notes. It could be just a couple notes, depending on what the assignment is. So you're going to take the notes down here. Once you finish with the notes, once you finish, not at the same time, you're going to move over to here to key points. Now, what do I mean by key points? Well, there's a couple things. This could be cues. They could be questions. They could be keywords. Pretty much in this column, you're going to put anything that's going to make you remember what all these notes are over here. When you go back to review your notes for the midterm exam, you're going to have a lot of notes to review. So rather than read 60 pages of notes, all you have to do is skim through 60, 70 key points. That's 1 or 2 words, and that'll make it so much easier for you, okay? And then finally down the bottom, this is the last part, number 4. Once you're done with your notes and you've assigned the key points or the cues or the questions over here, the keywords, you're going to write the summary. And what the summary does is it summarizes what's on that page. It's going to summarize the notes that you took. This is not a paragraph. This is simple. We're talking 2 to 5 sentences here. Okay? So really quick, just to give you an example, here are some of my notes. And let's just go over the parts here, okay? So you see, I have my name, my date up top. That's important because you're going to want to know if I say, oh, we did that in October, you're going to want to be able to find where October is in your notebook. And then here's the title. I just made this up. If you don't understand these notes, that's okay. We haven't gotten to this yet. I just scribbled down some notes really quick for this video, okay? So I was watching Mr. McGovern's video on articles in Spanish, and this is what I wrote down. First, I wrote down these notes right here. Then I wrote down these notes. And you can see we did 2 different things. definite articles and indefinite articles. So what it is, I took these notes down, and in the video I saw that Mr. McGovern transitioned to a second topic that was indefinite articles. So I skipped a space, went back up here and wrote definite articles. So now when I'm looking through my notebook, I'm just going to flip the page and see definite articles right here. And I know that everything from right here to right here where definite articles end, everything in here is about definite articles. And then you can see right here I have indefinite articles. And everything right below that is about indefinite articles. Once I finished my note taking, I finished the video, this is all the notes I took. I got everything down and I was happy with my notes. Then I came down here and did a little summary. This summary, obviously, like I said before, is just going to help me realize what's on the page when I go back to review. Again, you see I have a sentence or two here. And that's it. That's the Cornell note-taking system. One quick bit of personal advice. These notes are a little sloppy right here because I was writing with a tablet and a pen, and it didn't come out as beautifully as I would have liked it. You guys with a pen can all write very neatly, but sometimes we rush. I do too. I also have pretty bad handwriting. I understand. It's tough. It takes longer. But I really, really encourage you to take the time to write neatly and slowly. I'm not going to use your notes. Notes are only for you. And it's so important that you take good notes for yourself so that at the end of the chapter, the unit, the section, or the year, you can go back and really read your notes. Okay? So that's my bit of personal advice to you. And that's all.